going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle, it will disappear. Yes. And from our shores, it could get worse before it gets better. It could maybe go away. We'll see what happens. Nobody really knows. The fact is, the greatest experts have spoken to them all. Nobody really knows.
Here for more is Tom Nichols, professor of national security affairs at the U.S. Naval War College, an expert in this area, the author of over half a dozen books, and the usual reminder, when Tom joins us, Professor Nichols expresses opinions that are his own. So, Professor, when job one at that podium is to praise the dear leader, what do we as citizens and consumers do when we have even a whiff of doubt about anyone not named Fauci on that stage?
Well, I think we have to have a certain amount of sympathy for the experts on that stage, because they're trying to manage a pandemic and manage the president at the same time. This is a really difficult situation for an expert, because the first job of an expert is to speak truth to power. It's to tell the boss, it's to tell society, it's to tell your client the truth, no matter what it is. But, of course, the president has a long history of firing people who tell him things he doesn't want to hear. So I think the first thing we have to do is just kind of discount some of that ritualistic cant and then listen to what they say in their professional capacity.
Tom, I know there you are at the War College. My heart skipped a beat when I heard the first cases on board the Big Stick, the USS Theodore Roosevelt, a carrier which, when you think about it, might as well be a virus carrier, a floating city of 5,000. And I note, of course, that the 1918 Spanish flu, the military, sadly, was a force multiplier for that illness.
Yeah, although the 1918 flu was unique because it began where a group of people were being trained, and then they were sent all over the country and then to Europe to fight a war. I think this is a somewhat different situation. The hot spot is in New York, in part because of all of the travel. And so, the Defense Department, which of course, as you say, I don't represent, but they're definitely, certainly here in Newport, we've been taking really stringent measures, not being at the base, things like that. So, I think that they're facing the same problem that everybody else is. But I think the one difference with the 1918 flu is that it started here, and then we cast all of these men all over the country and then all over the European continent, which made it a lot worse.
Still, I worry about on vessels, submarines, social distancing is not an option. I worry about barracks and the like. How far are we from leadership as taught at a place like your institution?
Well, anybody who's ever been on a submarine can tell you social distancing, is a matter of inches rather than feet. I think as a general rule about leadership, one of the things we're seeing here is that the president, as a leader, is simply incapable of putting the needs of others before himself. Whatever problems he may have with Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, or Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, leadership is about doing the job and biting your tongue at moments like that to get things done. I think what we're seeing is a real-time laboratory in all of the wrong lessons of leadership. What we're seeing is somebody who simply cannot put the people that he is sworn to protect ahead of himself and ahead of his feelings. And I think that that's having an effect on the way we're able to respond to this.
Tom Nichols, thank you for having us into your home. Tom, by the way, is a dandy follow on social media, always a great guest. We appreciate you. And coming up for us, the good